Wake me up when September ends. The rest of September was hard. I wasn't used to getting up so early in the morning. I wasn't used to the whole notion of homework, and I got my first quiz at the end of the month. I never got quizzes when mom homeschooled me. I also didn't like how I had no free time anymore. Before I was able to play whenever I wanted, but now it felt like I always had stuff to do for school. And being at school was an awful in the beginning. Every new class I had was like a new chance for kids to not stare at me. They would sneak peeks at me from behind notebooks or when they thought I wasn't looking. They would take the longest way around me to avoid bumping into me in any way, like I had some germ they could catch, like my face was contagious. In the hallway, which were always crowded, my face would always surprise some unexpected kid who maybe hadn't heard about me. The kid would make the sound you make when you hold your breath before going underwater, a little sound. This happened maybe 4 or 5 times a day for the first few weeks, on the stairs, in front of the lockers, in the library. 500 kids in the school. Eventually, every one of them was going to see my face at some time. And I knew after the first couple of days, that word had gotten around about me, because every once in a while, I'd catch a kid elbowing his friend as they passed me, or talking behind their hands as I walked by them. I can only imagine what they were saying about me. Actually, I prefer not to even imagine it. I'm not saying they were doing these things in a mean way, but the way not once did any kid laugh or make noise or do anything like that. They were just being normal, dumb kids. I know that. I kind of wanted to tell them, like, it's okay. I know I'm weird looking. Take a look. I don't bite. Hey, the truth is, if Wookie started going to school, all of a sudden I'd be curious too, and I'd probably stare a bit. And if I wasn't walking with Jack or Summer, I'd probably whisper to them, hey, there's Wookie. And if Wookie caught me saying something, he'd know I was trying not to be mean. I was just pointing out the fact that that he's Wookie. It took about 1 week for the kids in my class to get used to my face. These were the kids I see every day in all my classes. It took about 2 weeks for the rest of the kids in my grade to get used to my face. These were the kids I'd see in the cafeteria, yard time, PE, music, and library and computer classes. It took about a month for the rest of the kids in the entire school to get used to it. These were the kids in the other grades. They were big kids, some of them. Some of them had crazy haircuts. Some of them had earrings in their noses, and some of them had pimples. None of them looked like me. Jack Will. I hung out with Jack in homeroom, English, history, computer, music, science, which were all the classes we had together. The teacher assigned the seats in every class, and I ended up sitting next to Jack in every single class. So I figured either the teachers were told to put me and Jack together, or it was totally an incredible coincidence. I walked to classes with Jack too. I know he noticed the kids staring at me, but he pretended not to notice. One time, though, on our way to history, this huge 8th grader was zooming down the stairs 2 steps at a time and actually bumped into us at the bottom of the stairs, and he knocked me down. As the guy helped me stand up, he got a look at my face, and without meaning to, he just said, "Whoa." Then he patted me on the shoulder, like he was dusting me off, and took off after his friends. For some reason, me and Jack started cracking up. That guy made the funniest face, said Jack as we sat down at our desks. I know, right, I said. He was like, whoa. I swear I think he wet his pants. We were laughing so hard that the teacher, Mr. Roche, had to ask us to settle down. Later, after we finished about reading how ancient Sumerians built sundials, Jack whispered, do you ever want to beat those kids up? I shrugged. I guess. I don't know. I'd want to. I think you should get a secret squirt gun or something and attach it to your eye somehow. And then every time someone stares at you, you would squirt them in the face with some green slime or something, I answered. No, with slug juice mixed with dog pee. Yeah, I said, completely agreeing. Guys, said Mr. Roche from across the room, people are still reading. We nodded and looked down at our books. Then Jack whispered, are you always going to get looked at this way, August? I mean, can't you get plastic surgery or something? I smiled and pointed at my face. Hello, this is after plastic surgery. Jack clapped his hands over his forehead and started laughing hysterically. Dude, you should sue your doctor, he answered between giggles. This time the two of us were laughing so much we couldn't even stop. Even Mr. Roche came over and made us both switch chairs with the kids next to us. Mr. Brown's October precept. Mr. Brown's precept for October was, your deeds are your monuments. He told us that this was written on a tombstone of some Egyptian guy that died thousands of years ago. Since we were just about to start studying ancient Egypt and history, Mr. Brown thought it would be a good choice for his precept. Our homework assignment was to write a paragraph about what we thought the precept meant or how we felt about it. This is what I wrote. This precept means that we should be remembered for the things we do. The things we do are the most important things of all. They are more important than what we say, what we look like. The things we do outlast our mortality. The things we do are like monuments that people build and honor heroes after they've died. They're like pyramids that Egyptians built to honor pharaohs, only instead of being made of stone, they are made out of memories of people you have. That's why your deeds are like your monuments, built with memories instead of with stone.